Okay, before getting in this session, sorry about that. We changed some title to avoid the confusing. Actually, we used broadcast instead of integrate, but TVplus is not broadcasting. Strictly saying it's kind of OTT streaming service on channel. So I'm going to explain about that. I'm Munseok Kim and my colleague Johng from South Korea and working for Samsung Electronics. You can sit down. Okay. Okay. So I'm a software project manager in charge of TVplus, especially with the service platform called App on Channel, which is being introduced outside at exhibition booth as well in Smart TV Zone. So you can experience that. And Mr. Park is working for TVplus as well as a server-side developer. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to explain about the whole overview, how TVplus works. Firstly, let's think about what's difference between OTT service and traditional broadcasting channels. And I will suggest proper solution, how to take advantages from both sides. And I will suggest, I will give some motivation with the potential scalability in the States market. Additionally, Mr. Park will explain how to integrate your content into TVplus with the business opportunity, including monetization based on adverts. Okay. The first section, I will explain the overview, how TVplus works. So have you thought about the differences between OTT service and traditional broadcasting? You are all familiar with broadcasting channels or OTT services? Both? Which one is better? It's not easy to answer about that. So let's check what we can figure out quickly. Firstly, I think to use OTT service, you have to buy some kind of sticks, or you have to install application, and you have to launch every time to use OTT service. Do you agree? Great. How about broadcast channels? Just after connecting antenna, just tune and enjoy. That's all. It's actually simpler than OTT service, I think. The next one, normally OTT service provide rich content. I think more than broadcast channels. But in case broadcast channels, there are so many channels already. But anyway, it's a limited number of channels, right? And a limited number of providers. How about internet? They are just delivered via the internet, unlimited number of contents, unlimited type of content. So which one is better? Think about that. So as I said, to launch OTT service, you have to launch application every time. After turn on the TV, you have to launch application every time. For example, Netflix, you have to launch it every time before watching the content. How about TV? Just after turning on, just tune, that's all. So let's pick the advantages of both sides. I'm not sure you agree with this result. I think just using usage perspective, TV broadcast channel seems more convenient. But about the content, I want to get rich content from the internet. But I don't want to forgive RF channels or cable channels as well. So I want to get both. So how to make it? We tried to come up with the proper solution, taking both advantages from both sides. What about this convergence? Every streaming IP channels on the same channel lineup with the traditional broadcasting channels. Can you imagine this? So now TVplus is a streaming service on channel alongside traditional broadcasting channels. So it works based on content metadata. We defined it as kind of protocol like a broadcast standard, but it's our own standard. If you provide, content metadata is created on server side internally. You just need to make a schedule and just give the information for each content. Then the server side will create content metadata, and Samsung Smart TV will get polling to get the information from the server side, and the Samsung Smart TV can make some information like a traditional TV. So it works with channel-related native applications with the compatibility, perfect compatibility. Like you can find TVplus channels on EPG and channel list as well. You can tune to TVplus channels using EPG, just channel navigation, whatever you want. Just tune by number directly is okay. So it seems like a traditional broadcasting channel, but it's a new type of streaming service. So finally, I think the TVplus is a brand new service, but the most comfortable and familiar experience to watch video contents, like traditional broadcasting channels. So you guys can make an experience like the traditional channels, and you can find content easily on EPG and channel list. Additionally, there is a home UI, it's called Smart Hub. You can get in TVplus very easily and quickly. So there are various content, broadcasting channels, RF cable channels, TVplus channels, they are all together on same channel lineup. So main features of TVplus is like this. The first one is home. Home UI is a kind of gateway. So you can get in any services on Samsung Smart TV. So TVplus is at the first position. You can get in where you are on now. For example, even you are on the Netflix app, you can get in TVplus quickly and easily. Additionally, as I said, EPG and channel list supporting TVplus to get in as well. And there are two types of services currently in the States market. One is advertising VOD, and the other one is transactional VOD. Now we are focusing on advertising VOD these days, and we started to update on the past year of product. So we've done, at the end of October, updated on 2017 product, and 2016 product will be updated at the start of next year. So there is an ad banner as well, and ad framework we are providing. So we started together with AVAD extension target advertisement to make your business efficient and to monetize highly. So we are, even though it's kind of OTT streaming service, we are providing caption, rating as well. So it's kind of potential scalability in US market. So we are currently provide this service globally in 10 countries with many partners, many channels. At the moment, in US market, there are 10 channels, just 10 channels, but will be 40 channels, more than that, at the start of next year. So we just estimate the addressable TVs in the States based on the data from 2018 product. At the start of next year, there will be 50 million addressable TVs in US market. Actually, at the moment, 12 million TVs addressable. This means we can update, and we're going to update TVplus service on the devices, on the TVs in US market. So in these TVs, normally 30% of users actively access TVplus. And if they get in this service, they just using that on average for two hours. So actually, it's an amazing result than we expected at initial time. So is that, yeah. Could you please give him a microphone? Yeah. So can you say louder?
Yeah, I was just wondering about the duration, 2 hours. Is that a 2-hour session time per viewer every time that they're watching TVplus?
So normally, when they get in this service, they just keep watching for 2 hours. Yeah, it's meaningful time, right? Yeah. So far, I explained about the overview of TVplus and the potential scalability in US market. So now next section, Mr. Park will explain how to integrate your content into TVplus. So let's welcome him.
Okay, thank you, Munseok. My name is Cheol Park, and I am server developer of Samsung TVplus server. So let's assume that you have some awesome content and you want to make your own channel on our TVplus service. I'm going to introduce how you can do this. So before we start, you need to understand what is the difference between launching an app and launching a channel. So launching an app in the smart TV is just same as the typical launching process in your mobile or just some other platform. So you are developing your own app, and it will be registered to the app market. And someone who wants to use your app can download it, install it, and launch it, and then he can use your app. But launching a channel is different. So when you are finished to launch your channel on our TVplus service, that your channel will be added to the all Samsung Smart TV users channel list, regardless he wants or not. So, of course, this is a great advantage for you. So because you can easily gather your potential user of your channel. But on the other hand, this comes with some responsibility about your channel, such as this thing. So you should have proper copyright to your contents. It's kind of common sense, but I want to make it clear with you. So, and the next one is you cannot upload some indecent content to our service. So that means you cannot upload porn here. I'm not saying that the kind of adult content is bad, but the adult content is one of the most famous and loved category that people are used to watch. But as Munseok said, our TVplus service is so easily accessible to any user. That means our kids can watch this channel, and I believe we all don't want it to happen, right? So it is kind of our policy to prohibit to provide that kind of content to our service. And lastly, so every country has its own law or regulation about its public broadcasting. But as Munseok says, so our TVplus service is just video streaming service. We are not media, but still in a view of the user, it acts just like the same with the real channels. So users don't not, most users will not know if this is real channel or the virtual channel. So we recommend you to follow and comply all your country law and regulation about public broadcasting. So these are the responsibility to your contents. And so due to this reason, so this is the basic flow of how you can create your own channel to our TVplus service. And due to the reason that I just explained, the first step is to authorization of you as our content partner. So at first, you can apply yourself to be a content partner of our TVplus service, and then applying will contain the kind of thing such as who you are and what kind of content do you have, and how many channels do you want, and in which country do you want to make your channel. Then we will review your plan, and if it looks fine, we will create your virtual channel on our development server. So we have two sets of server system on our TVplus server. One is development, and the other one is production. So at the first time, we will create your virtual channel on our development server, and also we will issue your CP ID and access key, secret access key to our TVplus server. And by using this access key and ID, you can set up your channel, access to our server, and set up your own channel. Setting up the channel is the kind of thing like uploading video content, make the schedule, and etc. And once it is done, you can ask us to verify, and we will do this verification, and we will verify your data and your content and some other thing like this, just like that kind of thing. And once it is finished, then we will deploy your channel to the production server, and it is finished. Your channel is published in public. So in the content partner view, content partner, there is only two steps to do. The first one is applying, and the second one is setting up your channel. So this is the data flow of our system. So each content partner will submit their content catalog and its metadata and its schedule data to our server, and our server will aggregate those data, and it will serve this data to each TV client and mobile client. So yes, so our TVplus service will be launched to the mobile as well in early of next year. So there is several ways to submit your content data to our server. So at the first, in the most basic way, you can use our API, the RESTful API to our server. So this is just as you already know, the RESTful API is usable for any language in any platform. So you can just send HTTPS protocol request to our server. And I have, here is some example of our server API. The first one is to getting access key token to use the other API. So at the first API, you will submit your ID and the secret key, then our server will issue you an access token. And by using this access token, you can call the other API, like uploading your contents, metadata, and uploading your its schedule data, and some other functions to delete it and modify it and send the additional data to every. So the merit of using API is, as you can guess, you can fully automate your data feeding system just as you want. And it can be integrated to any system that you want or that you are using now. And the second option to submit your data is using our CMS portal. So we heard that previously that some of the content publisher was not familiar with the API and developing apps using API. So we prepared to develop our CMS system. CMS is channel management system. So it is run on the web browser. And I can show you some demo of our CMS portal. Yeah, by giving the CP ID and the secret key, you can access to our CMS portal and sign in. And it will show you some dashboard about your service, like how many users are watched your channel, and what is the DAU of your channel, and the content ranking and channel ranking. That kind of report is available. And at this program tab, you can see all of your content catalog, and you can upload new content by filling in this field: the content type, title, description, video URL, image URL. So there is a lot of fields to fill in, but all of them is not mandatory. So some of them is optional, and some of them is filled automatically. So you can just input as you want. But this rich metadata is important. So if your content has rich metadata, it means your content has more opportunity to be exposed by our content searching function or content recommendation function. So the metadata is important. And if you have a lot of too many content to upload, then you don't want to fill in this field for each of your content. So in that case, you can download this CSV file, and you can edit your content list on your local spreadsheet application, like the Microsoft Excel, and you can edit it and Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and you can import this data to our system at once. And at the Schedule tab, you also can see your content catalog, and you can, by dragging and dropping, you can edit your schedule of your channels. So originally, as I mentioned, this CMS system is designed to use by the people who doesn't know about the programming and source coding. So I think anyone can use this system. So when you are done to finish to set up your channel, you can go to there is notification to save. You can move to the TV tab, and at this TV simulator, you can see the channel, your own channels. And this video player embedded in this web browser will play the contents on this channel on this time. And actually, we prepared the 4K content for this demonstration, so the network seems to be slow here. And by clicking this channel up-down, you can tune the another your channel, and you can also get the EPG guide UI and have a look at the channel list and schedule list you made, and you can see, oh, it's working fine. It feels correctly. And if you are done to set up your channel, so it's not working yet, but our booth is just over there. So if you want to see the demonstration, you can come by to our booth later, as you want. So when you're done to set up your channel, you can ask us to verify, and as the process that I just mentioned, then we can proceed to the QA verification. And the merit of using the CMS portal is there is no need to write a single line of code. And it's WYSIWYG editor to set up your channel. And the next topic is monetization. So how can you make money by using our TVplus service? So basically, the monetization method is same with the traditional TV broadcasting. It is video ads inserted. So during your channel's content playback, our Samsung AD server will provide video AD to your channel, and it will be automatically inserted on server side or on client side. It is both available. And so the content partner does not need to care about where to get those AD or what kind of AD should I put. That kind of thing will be fully managed by Samsung. And the reason why we are doing is because we are collecting users' watching profile for each individual TV clients. Of course, if the user is agree with the terms and conditions of this collecting his log, then we can do the targeted advertisement. That means it is more bigger profit can be made by using this targeted advertisement. So the video contents on this channel, on this time, is same for all the person who is watching this channel, but this advertisement is different for individual user. The final feature of our CMS system is, as you can see, that at the first page of our CMS portal, you can get this BI tool, or should I say KPI tool, to analyze your service and improve your service quality and monitor your service. We are supporting that kind of report. And if you want to add some additional feature that you want, you can just tell us. Okay, so the roadmap is, our TVplus service is already launched by around 2 years ago, and it is launched in around 10 countries in the globe. But in the United States, it just launched at this year when we have just 15 channels there. But so the API integration is already working, and you can use it now. And the CMS interface is also available for the US market, but the CMS tool that I just demonstrated is actually for the Korean region. So this roadmap is to show when this CMS portal will be launched. So if you are going to launch your channel in the US region, then both way to using the API and the CMS, both ways is available now. Actually, so up to now, I explained how you can integrate your content to our service, but the integration way is not important at all. The only thing important is the content itself. if will your content be loved by people or not? That's the only important thing. So if there is some another way you want to send your contents to us, then it is also possible. So you can figure out the way that you want or that you are using now on your system. Okay, so this is the final slide. So anybody who has good content can be a partner of our TVplus service, and he can have his own virtual channel on our service, and he can broadcast his content to worldwide. So nowadays, the TV industry, our TV industry is going through a big transition period from the traditional cable-based broadcasting system to the internet-based OTT system. And as Munseok mentioned, our TVplus is going to want to have both sides of merits. So the merit of the internet-based OTT streaming service is it's a rich content. There is no limitation to our TVplus service. We can create thousands of channels if you want. And the merit of the traditional broadcasting is easy to use. It's very easy to use. So I have a daughter 5 years old. She just starts reading the character. But she knows how to turn on the TV and tune to the Disney Channel. And and also I have my grandpa, who has no idea what internet is and does not know what smartphone is for, but he is also a fan of TV show and Korean drama, soap opera. So I think we want our TVplus service I think our TVplus service is a good opportunity to start your content business. I hope you can join with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bob. Yeah. Yeah. So far, we explained about the TVplus, everything, overview, how it works, and the business opportunity, how to monetize. Not in detail, actually. So if you have any, content, then you can make business with Samsung. As he said, we have all of advert backend, and including sales team, so we can provide adverts as well. So you guys can just giving content, and we can make a business together. Okay. So if any question?
Hi there, guys. A couple questions. First question is for the adding content. You showed the example of adding it manually for a channel. Is it possible to do it in a way that's automated? If we have like a lot of content or a TV show with 100 episodes, do we have to manually program in what episode will run each day, or is there some way we can automate it?
Of course you have.
So I think there are several questions. So firstly, if you meant that like a private channel on Roku TV or private channel in YouTube, actually it's not possible at the moment. We just limited the number of channels at the moment. So as that perspective, we have to discuss about your content. Additionally, just scheduling is possible using CMS system, as he introduced. You can make a broadcasting channels. You can make schedules, and you can put rich information per each content. That's possible.
And my second question is in regards to the slide that showed the ads being inserted into video content. I was a little unclear if the 1, 2, 3 for the video content, if that is only for individual videos and ads would happen in between them, or if it was possible to have a complete video and have an ad break during playback without having to split up the video beforehand.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3 is not the individual contents, and it is the frame, video frame. So the advertisement can be inserted during this video frame, and there is 2 ways to set up your advertisement. So the first one is the setting up your AD policy about this channel. So this channel should be play ad for every hour. So then our system will automatically insert the video. Even if the video content duration is 2 hours, then at the middle of the playback, the advertisement will be inserted. And the second way is you can control the position of inserting ad. So you know the content more than anyone else. So this is the right position to insert the ad. You can control it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're from US market, US? You're from content-related company?
TV.
Oh, it's a competitor? Competitor or
We're ad video on demand. So
Oh, okay, great. Yes, we could be good partner then. Just kidding.
Hi, over here.
Hi.
Sorry, I came in a few minutes late, so I apologize if this is a repeat of what you covered at the beginning. So for channels that are niche channels, like let's say hobby trains or something, where you might have like 10,000 viewers, is that appropriate for TVplus, or is there like some size? Because this is different from the YouTube model where you could have a channel where only a few, like 10 people watch, right? Like my mom and my grandpa. This is, what is the audience level that you're kind of aiming for?
At initial, so it's just a start. We just get started in US market. It's targeted for public, family, So it's not specific target aimed.
Yeah.
At the moment.
So let's say if you are using some MVPD like DirecTV or Comcast in your home, you have 1,000, 100 of channel in your channel list, right? So TVplus is to expand this channel list. So there is no exact targeted audience. So we are planning to all the users can enjoy our service.
So actually, there will be many channels later in future, but at the initial period, we're gonna make some specific, just limited channels to make it public. So it should be for public, without just filtering ages or whatever. Yeah.
Hello, question. How is TVplus limiting geographic limits for content, if there is any?
I'm sorry?
For example, if you have a channel that is only allowed to broadcast in a specific country, how TVplus can limit that it can only be...
Country or area, you mean that?
Yes.
How to limit the country?
Yes.
Actually, we are providing TVplus service per each country differently.
Every TV client is sending request to our TVplus server to give me our TVplus channel list. Mm-hmm. And at this request, it contains the content country code. So according to the country code, we are distributing the channel list.
In fact, the actual channel list is different for each countries. For example, in US, all channels are just in English channels. But in case of Europe, they are using we are just getting partnership with the other content provider, and a different channel could be shown on each countries. So our TV just sending the country information to server and getting the channel list. Yeah, we can distinguish countries.
My question is about your video delivery capabilities. Do different channels have the option to use their own CDN, or is it a centralized CDN service through TVplus?
I beg your pardon?
The content delivery network,
Uh-huh.
the way that you use, the way that you deliver the videos
Yes.
To the end users, The example that you guys showed was that the individual channels would upload all of their content. So I'm assuming in that model, you have a CDN set up to deliver all the content. Do the channels have an option to use their own CDN, or how does that work? Can you
Yeah,
talk more about that?
of course, you can use your own CDN server if you want.
Both will be possible. Both
It's
cases
your
are
call to
possible.
use our Samsung CDN or your own CDN
Yeah.
or some other CDN vendor like Akamai
So
or
there could be a content provider, they don't have any CDN streaming service. So in that case, the contents could be uploaded our server side, and we can make a streaming. On the other side, if like a big content provider like Disney or whatever, they have their own CDN streaming service, then we just can link the URL. Yeah, it's possible. So both ways are possible.
Hi. So for playback, is it only served through your playback app, your channel app, or can it deep link into an existing Tizen application?
So you mean the deep link to Tizen web application?
Yes. So let's say that we have channel content through the TVplus, but we also have a application, a standalone application. Will it only play through TVplus, or can we deep link?
So we are considering about the functionality to link web application from the TVplus channel. So
yes.
I'm not sure at the moment.
Isn't it the concept of the app-on channel, right?
Similar, but we are talking about TVplus.
Okay. So TVplus is
Yeah.
for each of the service provides just the content itself. But if you want to use your own app on your channel, this is also possible, but it's not the TVplus anymore.
Okay.
So then-
Actually, technically, it's possible, sure enough, but yeah, the policy is not decided yet. So I'm not sure the linking web application is allowed at the moment or not. We need to check that.
So follow-up question then. Is there any way to limit access to maybe a paid subscription so that the channel would only surface if they have access to it? Or is it only for free content with ads?
Yes, it's basically all the free content, yes.
Yeah. There are two types of content, as I said, AVOD and TVOD in US market. AVOD is for free, like a live TV. You can show if you have a Samsung Smart TV. Then, but in case of TVOD, it's only trailer streaming will be shown. And if you want to watch the movie or whatever, then you have to buy that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Done? So if you guys have any question more, you can visit outside. There is a booth in Smart TV Zone, TVplus CMS, and App On Channel booth. Thank you for coming this session. Thank you.